So leaving Leaning Towers and pizzas behind us, we fly to Singapore for some Marina Bay action here on this circuit tonight. It's the second night race of the season next to Bahrain, but it was the original OG of course, and we as Alonso start today in 7th position with Bottas next to us and Magnussen ahead. We have a teammate behind us, we have 4 lights, we have 5 lights, and we're off here in Singapore Marina Bay. Anyways, heating over tires on the start as usual, and we take a beautiful line into the first turn, but somehow Vettel parks the bus on us, so we lose 2 more positions and we gain those again in the second turn. So you have only Rosberg to contend with now. A beautiful start here tonight as we go on to the straight with a little turn in it, but can't barely call it a turn. And our turbo is screaming, and this commentary for the first couple of seconds is crap. Anyways, here we go, chasing down Rosberg on this lap, and I am from all the street circuits, well, I don't know how many are officially, wow, nice corner cut. I don't know how many circuits are officially like designated as a street circuit, but this one isn't too bad for me. Monaco is a disaster, and I don't know. Canada is classified as a street circuit. I fare pretty well there. I don't know if Australia is considered a street circuit. I'm not sure. I don't think so. But yeah, enough about Australia, because that was like more than half the season ago. Because this is the the third race after the halfway point in Spa. So yeah. We go through the last corner onto lap 2, and yeah, Rosberg pulled away like a second and a half on us, and we have Vettel 7/10 behind us. So it's one of those classic Vettel versus Alonso battles, but this time Alonso is ahead of Vettel. But if we keep taking turns like that, we probably won't be ahead of him in a minute anymore. But it's a good thing that those Renault-powered cars don't have the upper hand on the straight line, even if they are behind you in the slipstream. And wow, we are a little clumsy. I think it must have been late at night when I did this race, because I am really slip all over the track. It's very slippery. I don't know. I don't even have the words for it at the moment. I can't describe the crap driving I am doing here. It's very bad to see myself struggle so much on a track like this. But yeah, straight shouldn't be too hard in this case. So next couple of seconds shouldn't look amateuristic like the last few have. And I believe that we take this turn decent as well, because in the last game it was yeah, the idea that you ran wide so that you had a good exit, because your car would be pointing the right way after going wide through the corner. Also, this section isn't as tricky as it used to be, because your car seems to be more agile through those corners. So final lap, still have Vettel behind us. I don't think we have any chance of catching Rosberg anymore, because he's 2.6 seconds ahead of us, which, yeah, I kind of expected the Mercedes to pull away, because if you aren't in their slipstreams, there's basically, yeah, there's no, wow, that corner sucked more than the last lap. Anyways, yeah, if you are not close to a Mercedes at the end of lap 1, then you're pretty much cooked. Yeah, sure, I'm 5/10 purple, but I cut like half the track in one corner, so it's not ideal. Obviously, I could have taken much more speed through there as well. I don't know, I don't think I have the setup for this track yet. Car doesn't stick as I wanted to be. So let's oversteer as well. Really had to cut down on the speed. So hopefully this corner goes better this time. You have to stay in second, that's for sure, because if you go to first, then your car will just spin out, or at least the back end will step out, or you're going to be very slow to it regardless. Decent corner in my opinion. Once again we go to standard mix, because wow, we go right, as you can hear the tires. Yeah, but anyway, so going into the last sector for the last time on lap 3, we about to come home in second place with wow, another corner cut, and the game didn't even register it. This game's corner cutting system isn't for this track sucks, but we come home in P2, and Fernando's pretty happy with it, obviously, and we have a Red Bull behind us. I think Ricciardo takes P3. So that's another mixed podium, which is always good to see. As you can see, no, it's actually Vettel taking third place. Sorry, my apologies for that. Ricciardo finishes in fifth. Rosberg in second. Oh no. Well, never mind. Rosberg is in second. I am in third in the constructors. Fernando doesn't really look healthy today. Look at those black lines around his eyes, and they're all bloodshot. So. Fernando probably doesn't really like the humidity of Singapore. Anyways, on to the next track of today. So, from Singapore to Japan, and Suzuka it is. So we have Hamilton on pole and Rosberg in second. Kimi starts in third and we start in fourth. So we have a Mercedes front row with a Ferrari second row and Vettel behind us. 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go here in Japan. Kimi gets a great run off the starting line, as you can see. So, and we go around the outside, but that doesn't work, and then we take the inside, which does work. So we both overtake Raikkonen and Rosberg in one corner. But Kimi is, well, was behind us, now it's Rosberg. So Kimi lost out on that battle in particular. So we run wide through this section because there's not a lot of downforce if you're not up to speed. Seems that if you have the right speed in this game, there's more downforce generated because of the smaller wings. Obviously, you need a little more pace to get the same kind of, let's say, suction to the road, stickiness to the road. Wow, that was a terrible hairpin. And we slip and slide out of it, and then we get on the throttle, and the car is pointing straight forward in ridge for a second. We can't have Rosberg overtake us through Spoon, a very tricky corner where you have to downshift midway through the corner because it's basically 2 corners. Then it's downhill, so a rear traction is limited in that sense as well. So once you get it stuck to the road, then it's time to accelerate onto this back straight. Very important to get a good exit out of Spoon because of it. And again, now we have some sort of Spa-esque bus stop. And we can hear the tires squeal once again, because I am really on the limit in these corners, because this was one of those tracks where you had to do a lap time for to get into the season for the Apex online racing league. I don't know how they pronounce it these days. I don't really care, I just like to drive against strong competitors. And these AI are really, they are quite consistent, because they have these artificial advantages, which doesn't really make it a very natural competition, in the sense that you know they are going to have better traction out of certain corners, and you can, well, break the game by just parking the bus on them, I guess, through there. But other than that, if they are ahead of you and you are consistently slower through, let's say, 1 or 2 or 3 corners, and the rest of the corners you can't gain on compared to them, then they are always gonna win, because they are going to be faster on 1, 2 or 3 turns per lap, and so they will always pull out on you that way. But it doesn't matter. I mean, there's a nice challenge to it in a sense that you can really fight back on your strategies pit stop wise, maybe come out ahead of them, or do a stop less, making sure that once they get close to you after their first pit stop and they are on fresher tires, that you just hold them up a bit. That's a possibility, of course, but yeah, pace to pace, it's not really a contest, since they have so much grip. Well, that was a great corner in my opinion. There was just a little slidiness out of the exit, but that didn't cost us too much time there, so really alright, no damage. This is a tricky section. This was so much more flowing in the last game. You really have to be stabbing and correcting through it, and yeah, we go purple because we did have a good first sector, obviously. Rosberg does get a run on us because we had a bad exit there, but we go through the hairpin. We were in first gear for a second. Wow, we keep losing the back end on the exit of that thing. I don't know where I'm going wrong there. It must be the back end of the Ferrari, because I don't have so much trouble there in time trial. But that doesn't matter. We go through spoon for the last time, shift down 2 gears, 3rd gear, try to stick close to the apex. We sort of do it, sort of don't. Anyways, Rosberg right on our gearbox, 2 indicator arrows, 3 indicator arrows. He's almost alongside of us. We take the inside corner, and it's time to outbrake Rosberg here, which we sort of do. But we do get a beautiful slalom through there. But we do get our rear front on the curb, so we lose a little stability, and we barely make it to the line. As you can see, it's like 0.1 or even less as a gap in the end. But doesn't matter. It's like what this once was like this movie where there was this quote which said, "It doesn't really matter whether you win by an inch or a mile, winning is winning." In this case, second place is second place. Again, the faulty display, because the screen is still on when the steering wheel is laying on top of the, well, let's say the front of the car. I don't know what it's called, but the hood, I guess. But we have a Mercedes 1.2, or I mean 1.3, and a Ferrari in between, so we say whatever once again. Next track, it's one of the new ones this year, Sochi in Russia, and it promises to be a great race today. So another Mercedes front row lockout, Hamilton on pole, Rosberg in second, and we got a Williams in third. It could be Manside, could be Bottas. Kimi in 8th, and we start in 7th place with Kimi behind us, Vettel in front of us, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go. This was no bullshitting around, it's a quick start, and as you can see, we managed to keep our tires at a decent temperature this time. So I am using this sprint mode career to really work on my starts, and it seems I had a pretty good one, because as soon as the tires went back to green, well, that was a little clumsy anyways. When the tires went back to green, the acceleration kept going, so it seems that if you manage to keep your tires at a lower temperature, well, at least the green temperature, not blue obviously, but if they don't overheat, it seems to really benefit you on the start. As you can see, we're right behind Hamilton now. The first turn was a little chaotic, but that's usually the case with these AI drivers, and yeah, I've been driving this track for live season, obviously, where I didn't have such a great, let's say, result, only finishing in 8th, so I really had to step up my game, and I went back to this track, and I found where I was losing a lot of speed and pace, and it's really a matter of making sure you it's not cutting corners, but you have to take a lot of the curves to get speed. out of, or I mean pace out of your lap, because if you drive cleanly you should be around the 138s, so like in the mid 38s, low 38s. But if you really cut corners like a monkey, and I'm not saying you get warnings each time, because your lap will be invalidated on time trial as well, but you can be very liberal with corners here and not get warnings for it, and it can gain you over a second if you're accurate on it. So lap 2, still have Hamilton in our sights. That was a pretty good corner. I was sliding, but that's the way these cars work. Sliding doesn't equal slow down. And Hamilton obviously isn't used to this track just yet, because I am gaining on him. So I am hoping I can overtake him on the final lap maybe, or even before. Because I am used to this track, and it's more about shifting down and turning in than braking in this sector, and it seems that he is braking and I am just shifting down and hooking the car in. This is a different driving style obviously, but yeah, we go into full fuel mode, rich mix. But it seems that even in the slipstream we do gain a bit on Hamilton, as you can see, especially in the last parts, but there's no room for a overtake here, so we have to stick behind him for the last sector as well, because it's basically no opportunity to overtake in this sector either. As you can see, I am liberal with my corners, which allows me to stay behind him even though he has the traction in this sector on me. But yeah, second gear out of the last turn, and he gets a great launch, as you guys can see. I get a decent one myself, not as good as his, but he's harvesting energy, as you can see, and we are closing in, and we're gonna go for the dive bomb, and I just know it, I know myself. There you go. That was a corner cut with a overtake included, and the game said nice overtake. Yeah. So we're just gonna go with it, because there's no chance of me letting him through and then being able to pass him again on this lap probably. So we go a little purple, probably because of that corner cut. So I'm going to ignore it for the time being, unless we gain another 10th in the middle sector. It's not really a purple lap. And even if it was purple, we have to subtract a 10th from cutting. So that's more than fair in my opinion. So here we go onto the main straight of this track for the final time. It is not really a straight, because it constantly changes direction, but yeah, it really feels like Valencia in my opinion. I said that before the game came out already, sort of like Valencia / Abu Dhabi hybrid, even though I don't like Abu Dhabi whatsoever. I do like this track, and it's not a street circuit, because it's a dedicated circuit built for Formula 1 technically, and probably other sports, but it does feel like one. Anyways, final corner, and we are about to cross the line in P1, so we managed to outrun Vettel, or I mean Hamilton, Jesus Christ, by I guess a little over half a second, because he's right behind us, and he has 7/10, little over half a second, as I thought. So yes, that's today's 3 races for this episode 5 of F1 2014 Sprint Career, with Fernando Alonso finishing in first place, and that's always a good thing to see. And yeah, next episode will be the finale of the season, and we will find out if Fernando can make the dash for victory then, because we're not quite there yet. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.